In today's video, you'll learn 5 useful business verbs, get to English and to Russian meanings of each verb, find out how to use them in sentences. I'll show you how to embed all 5 verbs in one single storyline. Are you ready for this? Great, let's do it. Business verbs starting with letter N and sentence examples. Number 6, to narrate, spelling of the verb, N-A-R-R-A-T-E. In English, to narrate means to tell a story in writing or speech, to give an account of happenings. На русском to narrate означает рассказывать, повествовать. Sentence example with narrate. A petite female executive narrated about her experience how to survive in a corporate world running by men. Миниатюрная женщина-руководитель высшего звена рассказывала о своем опыте, как выжить в корпоративном мире, управляемом мужчинами. Number 7. To narrow. Spelling of the verb. N-A-R-R-O-W. In English, to narrow means to decrease in width, to contract. На русском to narrow означает суживать. Example with narrow. We have to narrow a target audience by age and social interests. Мы должны сузить целевую аудиторию по возрасту и социальным интересам. Number 8. To nationalize. Spelling of the verb. N-A-T-I-O-N-A-L-I-Z-E. In English, to nationalize means to transfer from private to state ownership or control. На русском to nationalize означает национализировать, сделать собственностью государства. Sentence example with nationalize. Major steel makers have been recently nationalized to avoid massive layoffs. Крупнейшие производители стали были недавно национализированы, чтобы избежать массовых увольнений. Number 9. To naturalize. Spelling of the verb. N-A-T-U-R-A-L-I-Z-E. In English, to naturalize means to admit a foreigner to the citizenship of a country. На русском to naturalize означает натурализоваться, принять иностранное государство. Sentence example with naturalize. The government urged Asian immigrants to learn English and to naturalize as quickly as possible. Правительство призывало азиатских иммигрантов учить английский и принять гражданство так быстро, как это можно. Number 10. To navigate. Spelling of the verb navigate. N-A-V-I-G-A-T-E. In English, to navigate means to plan and direct the course, to guide a vessel or vehicle over a specified route. На русском to navigate означает управлять, направлять. Sentence example with navigate. John navigated our strategic moves through choppy waters last year. Джон направлял наши стратегические шаги через тяжелые времена в прошлом году. A short story with embedded 5 business verbs starting with letter N. This story contains sentence examples with embedded business verbs to narrate, to narrow, to nationalize, to naturalize, to navigate. The story itself. Previously, I have been narrating about a troublemaker whom I worked with. In case you haven't read it, go back a few posts and do it. I'm going to continue to unravel the mystery around the man. By the way, a walking disaster guy called himself Yoda. He lacked the wisdom of the real master. He came to our country illegally 4 years ago. He was working for a private oil company as a network administrator. The company went bankrupt and was nationalized to prevent massive layoffs. It didn't go well. He was blamed for data leak to the press. Yoda was forced to leave his country. He sailed away at night, escaping from a manhunt. He navigated his way by the stars. Sea Border Patrol found him barely alive. He got lucky. It took him a few years to get naturalized. He couldn't find a job until he narrowed his search on small companies. No one really checked his background deeper than 3 years in the past. So that is how he ended up working with me. My advice on how to make it work for your active vocabulary build-up. Watch this video at least 2 times. Practice verbs in your own examples. Try to write a short story with all verbs included. Record your sentences and story on the phone with your own voice. Listen to your recorded story and sentences. Memorize verbs and their meanings in one storyline. It's more efficient this way. Use special Quizlet word sets and training to add these verbs into your active vocabulary. Take a quiz on Kia.com. You'll find the link in the article. Join Profi Business English on vk.com. This is all for today. It's now time for you to practice.